Hey witches. So I thought I would do a video about witchy weight loss since the beginning of the calendar year is coming up and often people make New Year's resolutions. And you may have already made yours at Samhain. So if you did and weight loss is one of yours, then here you go. So these are magical things that you can do in addition to changes you need to make in your mundane life. You can't just do these spells and expect and eat whatever you want and not exercise and expect to lose weight. You might lose a little, but if you want to lose significant weight, you have to do your work in the mundane world. So I'm going to go over a few correspondences first because we're going to be using some of these in some of the spells and different things that I have for you. So for the herbal correspondences, you have rose, myrtle, dittany of Crete, rosemary, blackberry leaf, cinnamon. And then for crystals, mucilite, or mucatite, I think that's what that says. I've honestly never used that crystal. Jasper, kunzite, rose quartz, celestite, emerald, moldavite, creedite, green aventurine, marcasite, turquoise, malachite, peridot, clear quartz, and spirit quartz, and rose quartz. So you can use any of those things to help. You can add them to any of these spells or rituals that I'm going to talk about. So you can make a weight loss tea using any of those correspondences. Just double check that they're safe to ingest for your specific situation. If you are pregnant, you should not be trying to lose weight. Consult your doctor is all I'm going to say about if you're pregnant, because you have to be super careful. So the next thing that you can do, you know what I'm going to say, is you can meditate on weight loss. And if you watched my meditation video, if you haven't watched it, please watch it, because meditation causes lower cortisol levels in your body anyway. So I'll add the link to that video. But if you meditate, even just plain meditate, you'll lose some weight. If you meditate on losing weight loss, you'll lose even more. So you can do that. If you want to hold on to one of those crystals during the meditation, that will speed it up also. But make sure you charge your crystal with the intention of weight loss. And I'll talk more about crystals later. So the first spell I have is to banish the unhealthy habits that you have, the unhealthy eating habits. So to banish bad habits or laziness, you need a black candle. I will also include my video on how to beat addiction in case any of you are trying to beat an addiction this upcoming calendar new year. But it's similar to that, but it's got sort of a different part in it. So what you're going to do is take that black candle, and you're going to also need a green candle. The black candle is going to banish the bad habits. So on the black candle, I want you to inscribe anything on that candle that you wish to get rid of, like eating late at night, eating too many carbs, not getting enough sleep, because that can contribute to weight gain. And also you could put on there not exercising, anything you want to banish in relation to your weight. And then what you're going to do is take a green candle, and on the green candle, it's going to symbolize growth and new beginnings to begin growing healthy habits, healthy eating habits, and exercise. So on that candle, you can carve it with anything that you want to have as a new beginning, like eat healthier, drink more water. You could even make sigils with all these words so that you'll just have something smaller to carve, but it's up to you. But then, like the black one, focus on getting rid of all that. And I like to let them burn down. Some people would say to go ahead and blow it out. Don't blow it out. Just burn it. Let it burn down. And then leave the green one burning as well. And then if you have any remains, what I would do is take the, since it's like a new beginning, I would take the black remnants and I would leave it at a crossroads and the green candle, since you're bringing in those new habits, I would bury that in my yard. That's what I would do with it. But if you want to just throw it in the trash, go for it. So that's a very simple little spell that you can do. You don't even have to have any oil or any incense or anything. You don't even have to cast a circle. You can, but just make sure with those candles that you cleanse them, you charge them, and cleanse them, consecrate them, and charge them with the intents that you want to happen from those candles. Okay, you have to do that. And as you're lighting them, and after you light them, focus on the flames one at a time. Get rid of one, get rid of the things with the black candle, and then focus on bringing those new things in with the green candle. And that will hopefully help a great deal. The next one is a weight loss talisman that you can do. So what you would do with the talisman is just get one. Doesn't really matter what's on it, what it looks like. Doesn't really matter because you're going to charge it. I would suggest getting something with one of those crystals that I mentioned and wear it on your person at all times after you've charged it with that intent and cleansed it and everything, and it's ready to go. Wear that at all times. Also, if you wanted to get a talisman with anything related to Venus, she can help with weight loss, of course, because she's the goddess of love and can help with that as well. So next I have the full moon weight loss spell. This one is kind of funny. I found it online and I had to borrow it, but I made some changes. I tweaked it, but this one takes a while. So this one will not be like overnight. It's going to take a while, but losing weight takes a while anyway. So first, you're going to fast and detox the day that you're going to do the spell. Have water, just water. If you must eat something clean, raw, and healthy. Fruits, veggies, maybe a yogurt, and let that be it. Only if you feel like you're about to pass out. Otherwise, try to detox. Drink lots of water. It's actually good to do this before any spell casting. You really should fast. Back in the day, they would fast for a day or two before they would do spell work. But anytime you can do that is great. And you should also make sure you're clean and all that before you're doing serious spell casting. So you will need the following. The first thing you're going to need is a new roll of toilet paper. Okay? A new roll of toilet paper. And you're not going to be wiping your butt with it. Not going to be used in a conventional fashion. You're going to need a pomegranate or a lime as an offering for Venus. And you will need, I think that's it for this one. A pen, probably a pen and a scale. But other than that, that's it. So make sure you go ahead and cleanse everything, consecrate everything, charge everything. You need to make sure the toilet paper knows that its purpose is to help you lose weight. Okay, make sure that you charge that toilet paper to know that. I know it's weird, but this is a pretty cool spell. It would be optimal to do it outside or near a window so you can absorb the energy of the full moon. But this spell does go with Venus. So if you have anything that'll tie you to Venus, use that. Okay, use that. So with this one, you're going to cleanse and consecrate the roll of toilet paper, like I said. You can do that by running it through the 4 elements. Charge it to imbue it with the power and intent through focus and meditation, and your intent is weight loss. When your toilet paper is ready and you're in your magical headspace, invoke the goddess Venus. If you're uncomfortable with invocations, because that's partial possession, okay, you're going to lose part of yourself and you're going to gain part of her energy permanently. So if you're uncomfortable with that, you can just evoke her, just call upon her for help. If you want to invoke her, that would be the most powerful. You can use the Orphic Hymn. I'll put a link in the description to that. Tell Venus that you desire her help to lose weight and ask for her assistance. hold the toilet paper again and ask for her to bless it. Leave her the offering. Remember to thank and release her. Don't hold on to her energy any longer than you have to. It's rude. And then you're going to put the toilet paper in a safe, concealed place. If you live by yourself, you can set it on your dresser or on your bathroom counter. But if you live with other people, you don't want them using it, put it up somewhere. So you're going to take 1 square of that toilet paper and you're going to write 1 pound, just 1 pound. And if you use the metric system, a kilogram or a half a kilo, whatever you want to lose. So then you're going to meditate and visualize yourself thinner. Then you're going to flush that little square and visualize yourself losing that weight as it goes down the drain. And then spend the next few days focusing on that 1 pound. Weigh yourself after maybe 2 days. And then if you've lost the pound, repeat this process and do this until you reach your goal weight. And remember, you're not wiping yourself with it. It is a sacred tool. Don't dare wipe your ass with a sacred tool. You've consecrated it and charged it to be a sacred tool, and it has been blessed by a goddess. Don't do that. And make sure nobody else gets a hold of it and wipes their ass with it. Not cool. So next, I have the waning moon weight loss spell. When you're trying to get rid of something, it's always best to do it during the waning moon. Full moon is great too. Okay, so you're going to meditate. Oh, and the first spell, I would say Fridays would be the best day during the hour of Venus, just because it involves Venus. And also self-love is involved because you're dealing with the body image. Anyway, so the waning moon weight loss spell, also same day and same hour. So you're going to meditate during the waning moon while visualizing yourself thinner. You're going to light a pink candle for self-love. You may choose to anoint it with self-love oil. I have a link that I made some in a video. I'll link that below too. And you can make that oil and anoint the candle with it. And next, carve a black candle that's been charged and consecrated and also cleansed to banish the weight. So you're going to banish the weight with the black candle. Carve the number of pounds you wish to lose into that candle. Light the candle. Stare at the flame and focus on getting rid of those pounds for at least 10 minutes. You may also choose to burn a cinnamon incense to speed up weight loss. Plus, cinnamon is also tied to weight loss. We'll get into some other correspondences later. I did the edible ones separately. Okay, the next one is a refrigerator spell. So this one's really simple. You're going to write the words, refrigerator, stay invisible to me, on a piece of parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, you can use regular paper or a brown bag. You're going to draw a pentacle. After that, you're going to visualize yourself becoming thinner. Hang the paper on the refrigerator until you have reached your desired weight. If you're in the broom closet, it's going to be kind of hard to get away with leaving a pentacle hanging on the fridge. So you may just want to write the words and then trace the pentacle on the paper with your finger and just put it on there that way. So you can do that if you're in the broom closet. But I thought that one was really simple. Just really simple. So next I have, of course, I have to just have a plain candle weight loss spell. So for this one, you're going to need a white candle, a blue candle, and a yellow candle. Cleanse all of them. Consecrate all of them. Make them sacred. And then charge them with the intention of weight loss. Light the candles in front of a mirror. And I would suggest that you stand in front of the mirror topless. You don't have to, but I would say topless, because you're looking at, the things about your body that you don't like, and it's going to help you feel, have a little more feeling and a little more energy to put into the spell. So after you do that in front of the mirror, you're going to say, lighter, thinner, that I say, make me my right size this very day. When you finish the chant, pour the wax into a small glass with a new wick in it. So you're basically making a new candle from those 3 candles. So you're going to pour the wax into there in whatever order you wish. You can make a pattern. You can just dump it in, whatever you want to do. And then you have a new candle. So then the next day, you're going to do the same thing, but with the new candle. And then you're going to keep doing this until the wax is completely gone. So it's kind of like as the wax disappears, your weight disappears with this one. But remember to focus on the flame and visualize yourself thinner for at least 10 minutes each time you do it. If you don't visualize and you don't put the intent into your spells, they're not going to work. They're not going to. You might as well go buy some weight loss pills, because this is not going to help without that intent. You have to have that focus. If it's worth you putting the energy and getting all these ingredients and doing all this, if it's worth the time and money and energy that you spend on that, then spend the extra time and energy to focus on that flame, or meditate for a few minutes just to keep pushing that energy out there. You want to keep pushing it out there. All right, so next I have a weight loss bath. I had to come up with a bath for you guys. So you will need a blue candle. It can be light blue or dark blue. It doesn't matter. Blue is tied to happiness, and it's also tied to water. And this spell is using the element of water. So you're going to need a carving tool. You're going to need clear quartz, rose quartz. Make sure they're big enough to where they won't go down the drain. You don't want to use chips. You want to use actual tumbled stones or rough stones. And you need some sage or some Palo Santo. You need some patchouli incense. You need an infusion of rose, rosemary, dittany of Crete, and ginger. If you want to play around with the ingredients, you can use any of the correspondences I mentioned in this video, or anything you find online that you want to use. But I feel that combination would be a really good combination, because it brings in the element of love, brings in some protection, and then it brings in the weight loss. And ginger speeds everything up. Low battery, sorry. And ginger is also just yummy. But if you hate any of those scents and you don't like them, you can leave them out and substitute. You also need a half a cup of pink Himalayan salt. Make sure it's pink. Please make sure it's pink. If you don't have pink, it's cool. Use Epsom salt or sea salt. But the color pink is tied to self-love, and so much of this is connecting to self-love, and you want to make sure that you still can love yourself during your weight loss journey. Because the more self-esteem you have, the better you're going to feel about yourself. Therefore, the more success you're going to have. Plus, you don't want to get depressed and develop an eating disorder. And I'll probably mention that again in a few minutes, because I think I wrote that down at the end. So begin by cleansing the tub and the surrounding space. So probably your entire restroom area. Just go over it with some green sage or black sage, or use some Palo Santo. I like Palo Santo because, one, it's not endangered. Two, we're not taking it from the Native Americans. But most importantly, sage destroys all energy. Palo Santo only destroys negative energy. It leaves the positive. So just something to think about. So next, you're going to cleanse, consecrate, and charge your tools again, and your supplies, whatever you're going to use. They must be charged with the intention of weight loss. So important. Hold the item in your hand and visualize yourself becoming thinner. Charge it. Put all of your energy into every item. It's going to take a while because there's several items, but do that. Then carve the candle. So in the candle, you're going to carve your ideal weight and the symbol for water. You're going to carve that into the candle. Then you're going to light the incense. Fill the tub, and then add the crystals and the infusion and salt into the water. And if you're unsure on how to make the infusion, just basically make a tea out of the herbs with water that's pretty hot. You don't want it boiling too hot, because it'll destroy some of the properties of the herbs, but hot enough to where you can make a tea out of it, so that you can really extract the properties of the herbs, and then pour that in the water. So once you've got those in the water, then you're going to put your crystals, your infusion, salt into the water. Then you're going to get in. Once you're in, you're going to light the candle while visualizing yourself at your ideal weight. Then you're going to meditate with the flame. Yes, you're going to meditate again. Meditate with the flame for a few minutes while continuing to visualize yourself at your ideal weight. Call upon the element of water. If you're comfortable enough, invoke the element of water. But for this, you just need to evoke. But call upon the element of water and ask the element of water to aid you in your weight loss. Relax in the bath and picture yourself looking the way that you want. Spend as much time in the bath as you wish. When you finish, thank and release the power of water, and then watch the water go down the drain, taking those extra pounds with it. So this one, visualization, is super important, because as you watch the water drain in the tub, you're going to visualize that weight going down the drain with the water. So I thought that was cool. And that one was 100% me. I didn't get any of it from anywhere. Toilet paper one, totally not my idea. But I liked it. Thought it was funny and cute. And it probably works, because you're going to be doing it many, many, many times, because there's a lot of squares on a roll of toilet paper. So next, I wanted to give you a list of some edible weight loss correspondences. Each of these, in its own way, can help you lose weight just by eating it. You can also add it to any of the spells I've mentioned. You could add it to your bath. You could add it to tea, whatever you want to do with it. Oregano, cloves, fenugreek seeds or fenugreek powder, cayenne pepper, ginger, ginseng, turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, green tea, green coffee bean extract. I can't freaking talk tonight, y'all. Cumin, cardamom, any of those. You can eat those, cook with those, and then make something with them. You can buy actually like ginseng capsules. You can buy ginger capsules. You can buy green tea capsules, turmeric capsules, and just take them if you want. However you want to get it in your body, get it in there. And then you can also make an oil to wear. You can put it on your third eye. You can put it on your wrists. You can put it on any of those areas where you wish to lose weight. If I was doing it, the oil, I would rub it all over my fat belly, because I hate it. It's the only fat I have left on my body, and I want it to go away. Still have some baby weight after 4 years. But anyway, so you can make an oil with it. You can also use that oil to anoint candles. So any of the spells I've talked about, if you make an oil out of those correspondences, and you can even add some that I talked about earlier, make that oil and then use it to anoint those candles. So next, the crystals that you can use for weight loss. So rose quartz to promote self-love, blue apatite, peridot, sodalite, clear quartz, carnelian, amethyst, lowlight, diaspora, epidote, Picasso, marble, gaspatite, agualite, rainforest jasper, green or black tourmaline, opal, sunstone, and dream quartz. So all of those are your crystals for weight loss. It's a lot. So remember though, whenever you get a crystal, don't just get the crystal and say, okay, I'm going to lose weight now because I have a fucking crystal. No, make sure you cleanse that crystal. Unless it's selenite, you don't have to cleanse selenite. But take the crystal, cleanse it, consecrate it, make it sacred, and then charge it with the intent of weight loss, nothing else. If you're doing the rose quartz, you might want to charge that with self-love. But the rest, charge with weight loss. And then, how do you use crystals for weight loss? Well, like I said earlier, you can hold on to it while meditating on weight loss. You can also keep a crystal on you or in your purse, but it's always best to wear the crystal directly touching your skin. You can place the crystal in your kitchen or dining room. You can also make a thing of water in the fridge and put some of the crystals in there and just have crystallized water to drink, because you need to drink more water anyway. Just be sure that you check on the crystal, make sure it's okay in water. You can also place a crystal on the body part or parts that you feel are not thin enough, or you can place it on your forehead, your chest, or palms. If you do yoga, place crystals around your yoga mat while you're doing yoga and carry them in your yoga bag. And lastly, you can wear your crystal during exercise. But if you're wearing it all the time, you're going to have it on during exercise too. Don't take it off. So you can also do some mundane things. So I thought I would include these because you cannot rely 100% on magic. You just can't. You got to have both. So one trick is use a smaller plate. Instead of getting the big plate, get the little plate, eat off it. And bowls too. Drink more water, exercise, eat slower, get more sleep, limit alcohol, avoid carbs and sugar. You can get an app. There are so many fitness apps, it's crazy. And a lot of them are free. Eat lots of protein and fiber. And remember to celebrate every small success. If you lose 3 pounds, go freaking crazy. Put that positive energy out there. Dance around, sing, act like a crazy person. Because you succeeded. You lost some weight. Even though it's a small amount, you keep doing that and eventually you're going to hit that goal weight. You can also create a vision board and hold yourself accountable for reaching your goals. So you could do a board and then do a before picture and then update the picture maybe once a month and write the weight under the picture. Put your goal weight in the middle and like big numbers and maybe draw a pinnacle under it and maybe trace it in some glitter. Put some glue and then put some pretty glitter on it. Just whatever you want to do that you feel like it will pump you up. Vision boards work. They do. I do them a lot. So you can also, I think that might be all. Yeah, that's all that I have for Monday. So I want to end with one statement. Remember that you are beautiful AF, just the way you are. Okay? I have a witchy positive affirmations video that I did. I'll put the link below as well. I think that's like the third or fourth link I'm going to put. But these all go with this. You don't want to develop an eating disorder. You don't want to develop a negative body image. Weight loss should be sought after to become healthier, not to become more beautiful. Because you already are beautiful. You don't need to weigh a certain amount. You don't have to be a damn Barbie doll. Barbie dolls are not real. That's not what people look like. You don't need to look like somebody with an Instagram filter on either. You are beautiful just the way you are. But that's all I have, witches, and happy weight loss and happy Yule. And I'll see you pretty soon with a couple of spell demos because I want to do some Yule spells. But that's all I have, witches. Blessed be.